Hi, my name is Alicia Bell, and I'm an elite personal trainer. I have a Camfit Pro certification in personal training, NCCP Level 3 track and field coaching certification, as well as a Bachelor of Science in kinesiology. Today, we are going to be doing a workout with the exercise ball. First, I'm going to take you through a full body warm-up. A warm-up is very important because it's going to get your heart rate up, get your blood flowing through your body, and prepare you for a workout and decrease injuries. Our first exercise is an alternating leg lunge. We're going to start by taking the ball and holding it chest level, and we are going to take a nice lunge forward. We're going to keep our back straight and our core tight. So here we go. 1, 2, back straight, dropping the knee, 3, good, 4, 5, great work, back straight, dropping the knee, 6, keep your head up, 7, 8, squeezing the glutes on the way up, 9, 10. Great work. Now we're going to take a little rest and we're going to get into our second set where we're going to add a twist. Once in the lunge position, activate your abdominals and your obliques and rotate with control. 1. Good. 2. Should feel it in your stomach muscles. 3. Great work. 4. Really feeling it now. Should feel it in your legs and your core. 5. 6. Lunging forward. 7. Good work. 8. 9. 'Last one. 10. Good. Now we're going to get into our next exercise, and that is going to be a lift and squat. So you're coming down, lifting the ball up, using your rectus abdominis, and coming straight up. So here we go. 1, 2, breathe out on the way up, 3, 4, coming down to about 90 degrees, sticking your bum out. Good. Good work. Keeping those arms out and pulling up above your head. Good. Almost there. Keep back straight, chest up. Good. So that was our third warm-up exercise. That wraps up the first set of the warm-up. Now we're going to do those exercises a second time to make sure that our body is well and prepared for our workout. Here we go, alternating leg lunge. 1. Good work, keep the arms out in front of you, chest level. 2. Head up. 3. Good work. Lunging forward, dropping the hips down. Almost there. Good work. Head up. Lunging forward. Good. Breathing out when you're pushing up. Good. So now we're moving on, and our second exercise is the lunge with the twist. Make sure to keep your core tight, using your obliques to twist as you lunge. One. Breathing out on the way up, keeping the core tight. 2. Good work, everyone. 3. Twist and up, twist and up. That's 4. Halfway there. 5. Keep the core tight, use the obliques. 6. Breathing out on the way up. 7. And out and twist. Out and twist. 8. 2 more. Good. Powering up, last one. And 10. Great work. Okay, third exercise, squat to raise. So let's keep the feet shoulder width apart, and we're gonna come down into that squat position while holding onto the ball and coming up over our heads. And 1. Breathing out on the way up, using your abdominals, legs, and your arms. 2. 3. Nice and controlled, we're not in a hurry. 4. 5. 6. Breathing out on the way up. 7. 3 more. 8. 9. And 10. Great job, everyone. Now that was our last exercise for the warm-up. Grab a drink of water if you need to, and now it's time to get into our full body workout with the exercise ball. We are going to do exercises from our heads to our toes, so I hope you're ready. Our first exercise will be for the quadriceps. It's called a wall squat. So we're going to use the ball, and we're going to head over to the wall. Now that we're at the wall, we're going to place the ball in the small of our back. Nice and supported, coming out on an angle, and keeping your legs shoulder width apart. We're going to squat down to about 90 degrees, using the ball for support, just like this. See the 90 degrees? And then we're powering up with our quadriceps and squeezing our glutes on the way up. So here we go. And 1. 2, slow and controlled. 3, keep the pressure on the ball the whole time. 4. 5, great work, breathing out on the way up. Good. Pushing up with the legs. Keeping the core tight, making sure that back stays against the ball. And back up. Good. You should be feeling this in your legs, in the front, and you're going to feel it in the back. So quadriceps, hamstrings, and your glutes. Good. So that was our first set. While you take a rest and grab a drink of water if you need to, I'm going to show you an advanced option. If you don't have this shift weight ball that stays in place, you can use a squat without the ball. Now an advanced option, you're going to sit on the ball, keeping your core tight, back straight, and stand back up. So it's a sit to stand squat. Now this teaches you the proper position to do a squat. So you're just going to come down and push back up. Let's get into our second set. I'm going back to the wall, placing the ball in the small of my back, feet shoulder width apart, leaning at an angle, coming down 90 degrees and back up for 1, 2, 3, breathing out on the way up, 4, great work, 5, 6, powering up, breathing out for 7, 8, 9, and last one, 90 degrees, and 10. Good. Now, while you grab a drink of water, I'm going to show you a second alternate exercise. If you have the shift weight ball, you can sit on the ball, standing up, using one foot so the other leg is raised. You're coming up and then back down. The ball will be there if you're using the shift weighted ball. If you don't have a shift weighted ball, you can do this without the ball. Simple one-legged squat up and back down. Good. So now we're going to do our third and final set. I'm going back to the wall, feet shoulder width apart, supported with the ball. I'm at an angle, and I'm coming down to 90 degrees for that nice squat position. And 1, squeezing the glutes, 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping the chest up, head up. Good work. Coming down, breathing, 90 degrees, and up. Almost there. Good work. And 10. Good. Now that we've done exercises for our quadriceps, we're going to work on our hamstrings. It's always important to use opposing muscle groups when you're exercising. That way you don't create any imbalances. We're going to go over to the mat, place the ball on the mat. We are lying on the mat, putting our feet onto the ball, using our hands on the mat for support. We're pushing our hips up and squeezing our glutes, creating a nice even line from our shoulders to our hips to our knees. And ready, and pushing hips up. So you see I'm making a bridge and I'm coming back down nice and controlled. I'm breathing out on the way up and back down. So here we go. Good. Nice slow controlled pace. You want to squeeze the glutes and going up and back down. We're doing 10 of these as well. Make sure you're breathing out on the way up and in on the way back down. Hands are supported. Good work. Squeezing the glutes. Keeping a nice tight stomach. That means pulling the belly button in towards the spine and back down. Just start feeling this in the back of your hamstrings. Good. Okay, I'm going to show you an alternate exercise that you can do for your next set. It's called a hamstring roll. Feel free to do it if you want, but you don't have to. It's a little bit more challenging. So hips are coming up, legs are straight, and you're bringing your heels in towards your hamstrings, keeping your hips up, coming out and back in. So when you go out and back in. But for now, back to the second set. So legs are bent, feet are on the ball, lifting the hips up and pushing them forward for 10. 1, 2, squeezing the glutes, pushing the pelvis forward. 3, 4, breathing out on the way up. 5, 6, doing great. 7, 8, good, don't forget to breathe. 2 more. 9, and 10. Good. So that was our second set. Now we are going to take a little break. While you take your break, I'm going to show you one more alternate exercise, and it's a single leg hamstring curl. This one's even more difficult. If you feel like you need the challenge, use it for the next set. So hips are coming up and using one leg to roll the ball in towards your hamstring. Keeping that other leg elevated, and then you're going to switch legs, so you make sure you do 10 on each side. But for the next set, we're going back into the hamstring lift, so feet on the ball and pushing those hips up. So that's 2, 3, good, 4, 5, halfway down our last and final set. 6, 7, breathing out, good. 2 more. And 10. Great work. Now that we've worked our hamstring, we're going to work our upper body. So we're going to move on and work our chest. So we're going back to the wall. We're going to place the ball against the wall, like so. Putting your hands on the ball, coming at an angle, making sure that we're at a nice angle. We're using our arms to bring ourselves in towards the ball, just like this. And bringing our nose close to the ball and pushing ourselves back out while keeping our back straight. So we're going in and back out. We're going to do 10 of these. In and back out. So bringing your head in and pushing back out, breathing out when you push back. Good. Breathing out, coming back in. Great work. The ball creates an instability, so we're using our intrinsic muscles, making it nice and challenging. Good work. Pushing, and back in, back out. Good, that was 10. So we're going to take a rest. While we're taking a rest, I'm going to show you an alternate exercise. If you need more of a challenge for the next set, feel free to use this. Feet are going onto the ball. We're doing a decline push-up onto the ground. So coming down, nose to ground, and pushing up. Breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. Good. But for now, our second set, I'm going back to the wall. Placing the ball on the wall, using my hands to get support against the ball, leaning at an angle, and in for the second set. Here we go. 1. And out. Good. 2. Nice steady pace. 3. Using that upper body. 4. 5. Halfway there. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. Pushing, good. And breathing out. Good. That's our 10th one. Now we're going to give our arms a little bit of a rest. I'm going to show you another alternate exercise. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a challenge, you can try this one. Starting out in a plank position on the ball, core tight, going up on one arm and back down. So this is a plank to push up. Really need good stabilizers to do this. And then you're going to switch arms. So we're doing 10 each side. It's important to do 10 each side for balance. Now that we've had our break, we're going into our third and final set of the push-up. You're going to find that nice angle leaning towards the ball, back straight, head up, arms on the ball, and pushing in and out for 1, 2, 3, almost there. It's our last set. 4, 5, breathe out. 6, 7, 3 more. Here we go. Push, push, push. Good. 1 more for 10. And 10. Great work. So now that we've worked our chest, we're going to come back over towards the mat, and it's time to work out our back. Placing the ball on the ground, putting it underneath our hips for support, creating almost a V with our arms and our legs, so the ball is in the middle. Using our hands for support, we're going to squeeze our glutes, our hamstrings, and use our lower back. And we are going to lift our legs up, doing a reverse back extension over the ball and back down. Just like this. Feet shoulder width apart and back down. So I'm using those hands for support, really squeezing those back muscles in the lower back. Those are called the supraspinatus. You're coming up and back down. When you're squeezing, you're going to breathe out and breathe in on the way back down. Good work. Almost on our first set. Just a few more. Good. And squeezing those hamstrings. Great work. So that was 10. While you take a little bit of a rest, I'm going to show you an alternate exercise that you can do if you feel like you need a little bit more of a challenge. You're going to need the wall. So placing the ball underneath your hips, just like before, only your feet are going to be against the wall. Find your balance. Once you've found your balance, hands are going behind your head, and you're squeezing those back muscles again, coming up into a back extension, and you're breathing out on the way up and in on the way down. Slow and controlled. Good. Now, our second set, I'm going back to our original exercise. Ball underneath my hips, using my hands for support, creating a V, and lifting my legs up, using my back, my glutes, and my hamstrings for 1, 2, 3, you guys are doing great, 4, 5, halfway there, 6, 7, don't forget your breathing, 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Great. Have a little bit of a rest. This is the second alternate exercise. You need the wall again, so placing the feet against the wall, shoulder width apart, ball underneath the hips for support, coming up into that extension, but we're twisting to the left and twisting to the right. So if you lose your balance, just grab your hands, put your hands behind your head once you find it, and we're switching to the left and to the right. Good. So if you feel like you need a challenge, you can try that one for the next set. Third and final set. Finding that position, ball underneath the hips, arms out, and 1, 2, we're going for 10, 3. Breathing out on the way up. Good. That's 5. Halfway there. 1. 2. You should be feeling it in your back. 3. 1 more. Good. Good work. Now that we've done our back, we're going to work on our core muscles. It's important to have a strong core. This way you can prevent back injuries with a strong core as well. Our first exercise is an ab rollout. It's also known as a prayer. So what you're going to do is you're placing your hands on the ball like so. You want to make sure that your core is tight the whole time as you roll out, keeping your back straight and then keeping it tight on the way back up as well. So you're rolling out, feeling that in your rectus abdominis, keeping it tight and pulling it all the way back in while thinking about pulling your belly button towards your spine. So rolling out and then back up, just like this. Here we go. This is 1. Good. 2. Breathing. Good. 3. Slow and controlled, keeping the core tight the whole time. 4. Great work. Here we go. 5. Keep that core tight. Belly button pulled towards the spine. 6. 7. Feel the tension here. Good. 8. 2 more. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Last one. 10. While we have a little bit of a rest, I'm going to take you through and show you an alternate exercise that's a little bit more advanced. Feel free to do it for the next set if you don't like the prayer or if you want more of a challenge. So ball between the legs, lying on your back, keeping your core tight. That means pulling your belly button towards your spine, lifting the ball off the ground, coming up, and the ball never touches the ground. But for now, I'm going back to the prayer position for our second set. Hands on the ball, and rolling out for 1, and back in, keeping your core tight the entire time. 2, 3, feel the tension in your stomach. 4, 5, we're halfway there, 5 more for the second set. 1, core tight. 2, get to breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Now, before our third set, while you're taking a break, I'm going to show you one more alternate exercise that you can use. So, like the previous one, there is a leg lift, so you're squeezing the ball with your feet, keeping the legs straight and coming up. However, you're adding a twist to the left, a twist to the right, and then coming back up. Keeping the belly button pulled towards the spine, twisting left and twisting right. Good. So, feel free to add that if you want to. For our third and final set, I'm going back to the ab rollout or the prayer, and we are going to do 10 for our third and final set. Here we go. Find that tall position, coming out, rolling out onto the ball, core tight, and back up for 1. Out for 2, keeping the belly button pulled towards the spine. 3, great work. You're doing great. 4, you should be feeling that right in your abdominals. 5, 6, 7, 3 more, all the way out, and back for 1, last 2, last 1. Great work. That's awesome. So that concludes our workout portion of the DVD. And now that we're done, it's important to cool down. The cool down is important because you're going to flush your body from toxins that you built up during the workout, and it's also going to help with those muscles for recovery. Our first exercise, we're using the exercise ball, and we're sitting on it in a runner's lunge. Left leg forward, right leg back, and dropping the hip. And now we're going to sit up nice and tall, push the hip forward, so you should feel it in your hip flexor. Take some deep breaths, relax. We're going to hold this stretch for around 30 seconds, holding and breathing. Remember not to bounce. It's important not to bounce because we don't want to cause any injuries. So stand nice and tall and push that hip forward, using the ball for support. And breathe and relax. Good. And relax. To switch sides, we're just going to rotate, putting that right leg forward, left leg back, supported on the ball, and dropping that hip down, and now pushing the pelvis forward. So you're going to feel that in your hip flexor, and we're breathing. We're relaxing, recovering from our workout. In and out. Nice deep breaths. Good. You feel that, pushing that pelvis forward, keeping it nice and tall. And feel it in the hip flexor. Great work. Our next set is also going to be for the hamstring. Coming around to the ball, placing one foot out to the side, leaning in towards the other. We're going to use the ball for support, so we'll bring our hands right on the ball, chest up, pushing the leg down, and we're going to feel that right in the inner hamstring, your adductor. Good. And hold this for 30 seconds while we breathe. Try and relax. Breathing in and out and using that ball for support. And do the other side. Just taking a big step with our left foot, leaning, grabbing that ball and using it for support. Breathing in and out, chest up, pushing the leg into the ground with the foot, feeling it on that inner hamstring. Breathing in and out. In and out. Good work. Great. Shake the legs out. Our next stretch is going to be for our chest and our back. Sitting on the ball, using it for support, we're coming out until our shoulders, our neck are supported by the ball. And we're going to drop our hips down so our entire back is on the ball. Putting our hands behind our head, pushing down with our shoulders. We're going to take nice deep breaths. This is opening up our chest, and you're going to feel a nice stretch on your back as it's over the ball. Taking nice deep breaths in and out. You should feel this in your chest and your back. Just relax. Feel the stretch. Breathing in and out. Good. To get up, just simply roll up until you're sitting on the ball and then stand up. Our last stretch, kneeling on the ground, almost in a prayer-like position, hand out onto the ball, other hand straight out to the side, pushing down with your hand on the ball, going down in this prayer position, really pushing on the ball. You're going to feel it in your arms, you're going to feel it in your chest, and we're just relaxing. Really pushing down on the ball, breathing in, breathing out. Holding this for around 30 seconds. Relax, push that arm down into the ball. Good. Now let's switch sides. So just roll the ball over onto the other side using your right arm, left arm out, pushing down with that hand onto the ball into the prayer position. Breathing in, breathing out. Arms nicely supported by the ball, pushing down to feel the stretch. Relax. Almost done. Good work. I want to take this time to thank you for joining me for the Pure Athletics Exercise Ball workout, and I hope you enjoyed it.